Good morning, folks. My name's Paul Palmas, and I'm going to tell you about the hidden features of the INDESIGN Links palette. It will be used as an alternative to the standard prooflighting tool. What we have at the moment is a INDESIGN document with quite a few images that require review in terms of their colour space and their effective resolution. You'll see that in the current workspace I'm in, which is the Essentials workspace, the default palettes that come up are pages, layers and links. They don't actually show everything that you can use from the links palette. You can see that we have a bunch of problems with various images. However, for us to review those problems, we have to click on each image one at a time and find out what the problem is with each image. The alternative is to use the prooflighting tool, which is down here. And that's come up to indicate that there are quite a few errors in this document. It's a great tool to use. However, the problem with using the prooflight tool is that it slows your machine down quite considerably because it's constantly trying to read every little bit of detail in the page and the whole document for that matter. And you can imagine with a 20-page document, it can really slow you down if a lot of your links are on a network volume. So what I'm going to do is show you how we can reuse this links palette to be an alternative to the prooflighting tool. The first thing I suggest you do is actually turn that prooflighting function off. So you just click on Enable Prooflight for all documents, just turn that off, and you'll see that you'll get an improved speed when you're looking at your document and editing it, and you won't keep getting all of these errors popping up. Okay, so just working straight from the Essentials workspace, we can switch over to, in INDESIGN CC, we can switch over to printing and proofing. But in any case, we'll still have to modify this anyway. So I'm going to select that icon there, which is the links palette. I'm actually going to expand this links palette and shrink this info area down, and we're actually not going to use a lot of this info. Now this is where the hidden feature lives. If you click on this little menu here, which belongs to the links palette, you can go down here to panel options, and what you've got is a list of criteria that you can choose to either show in the link info section of the links palette, which is the bottom bit I just showed you, or in the column. And what we're going to do is transfer a lot of this information over to the column. And once I actually populate these features, you'll actually see what the power of it is. We actually don't have to turn any of this stuff off, we can just leave it there anyway. The things I'm interested with this document are the ICC profile of each image and the effective PPI of each image. There are other things that you can turn on, for example, like scale and skew, if that's what you're looking for. But one really powerful feature is right towards the bottom, and it's these folder fields. So if we turn on folder 0, folder 1, 2 and 3, folder 0 will actually tell you the name of the folder that that image resides in, and folder 1 will tell you the name of the folder above that, and so on and so forth. You'll see in a minute why I've checked that on. There's quite a few other filtering features you have there as well. For this lesson, I'll just show you these ones here. So as soon as I hit OK, just pay attention to the look of this links palette, which is the default view. Watch it change. And you'll see straight away it's been populated with a lot more information for you to filter. You might think that's too much information and it's quite a large palette, but the whole power of this links palette is to use these sorting icons. So one thing that I use on a regular basis is to sort the images by their status. So you can click here and I can see straight away all of the images that require some sort of attention right at the top. So I can even expand this links palette, and I'm basically using it like a little profiling tool. And I can go through and problem solve each image. The other great thing about it is I can sort by format. I can sort by page size as well. But the other one that is quite powerful is this one here, which I activated earlier, which is the effective PPI. And you can see, once I finish sorting, if you click on it once, it sorts in a descending manner. If you click on it again, it'll just swap the order of sorting. So what you can do is you can see that it'll put the images with the lowest effective PPI right at the top. So I can go to those images and basically problem solve them one at a time. So I can see that this image here, which is of a dark rope, is 150 dpi effective, or PPI. So it's obviously been scaled at quite a large amount to achieve that effective resolution. So that's another reason why I put the scaling tool there. However you want to solve these problems, it's up to you, but at least at a glance you can open up to this InDesign document and quickly see what images are going to give you problems. You can also see what images are the wrong ICC profiles. These particular images are the same as the InDesign document. This InDesign document has quite a large range of images, and if I was to click on those images one at a time, I would have to go in manually and inspect these elements one at a time. You can see how slow that could be. Now the other tool I was going to show you is these columns that I activated earlier. If I just expand these, you can see that a lot of these images reside in this folder called print folder. However, if I sort all of the images in my links palette by that folder 1, I can see that they're all in this one folder except for this one image. So that's another problem that I've resolved without having to click on every image. So basically I can see that this Illustrator file is residing in a different folder to all of the other images. So something may have gone wrong with the collection of this document. It just means that you can quickly review and locate where your images are going to be at a glance. And if you want to bury down further, you can always hop down into the link info and look at the actual complete information there. So once again, I'll just recap. We basically just went to the links palette, went to panel options, and we activated the columns that we're interested in this area here. What I suggest you do after that is you save your workspace and call it something that you like. In this case, I'm going to call it Paul's pre-flighting, and I can quickly switch to that. That's the end of this lesson. There are quite a few other little hidden gems inside InDesign that not many people know about. This feature has been around since InDesign CS4, and it's continued on all the way up to InDesign CC. Thanks very much.